Imagine a path so pure, so divine, that it has been walked by millions, each carrying a humble irumudi that holds the essence of sacrifice, devotion, and unwavering faith. This is not just any journey. But here's the burning question. Who was the first to carry the sacred irumudi? What does this age-old tradition mean? Why does this simple act hold such immense spiritual power? Today, we invite you to witness a story that has echoed through the hills of Sabrimala for centuries, a tale of divine birth, fierce courage, and the unbreakable bond between a devotee and the divine. From the union of two cosmic forces, Lord Shiva and Lord Vishnu, came a child destined for greatness. Born to vanquish evil, protect righteousness, and teach humanity the path of devotion. Prepare yourself for an extraordinary journey into the heart of Hindu mythology. Let's embark on this spiritual adventure together. Lord Ayyappa, revered as Hariharaputra, son of Hari, or Vishnu, and Hara, or Shiva, is a unique figure in Hindu mythology. His story combines divine origins, heroic feats, and spiritual teachings. According to the Puranas, he was born from the union of Lord Shiva and Lord Vishnu's female form, Mohini, to fulfill a divine mission to vanquish the demoness Mahishi, who was terrorizing the heavens and earth. The legend begins with the demoness Mahishi, sister of the demon Mahishasura, who was defeated by goddess Durga. Mahishi sought revenge against the gods and obtained a powerful boon from Brahma that only a child born from the combined powers of Shiva and Vishnu could defeat her. Confident in her invincibility, she unleashed havoc on both earth and the heavens. Understanding that her defeat required a being of both Shiva, and Vaishnav, Vishnu, aspects, the gods looked to Vishnu and Shiva for a solution. To fulfill this need, Vishnu transformed into the enchanting Mohini, and from the union of Mohini and Shiva, a divine child was born. This child, embodying the combined essence of two great deities, was destined to end Mahishi's reign of terror. However, Ayyappa's story also has a deeply human aspect, which unfolds in the kingdom of Pandalam in Kerala. The childless king Rajashekhar and his queen prayed for a son, and their prayers were answered when they found a mysterious baby by the Pampa river, adorned with a bell around his neck. They named him Manikanda, meaning one with a bell around his neck. Raised as a prince, Manikanda exhibited exceptional wisdom, courage, and devotion from an early age. When he reached 12 years old, the king decided to make him heir. However, his queen, desiring the throne for her biological son, conspired to send Manikanda on a dangerous quest. She pretended to suffer from a rare illness and claimed that only the milk of a tigress could cure her. Trusting her request, the king reluctantly allowed Manikanda to embark on this perilous journey, unaware that this journey would fulfill his divine purpose. As Manikanda prepared for his journey, his father, King Rajashekhara, eager to see his son safely embark on this perilous quest, gathered the essentials for the journey. Among them, one item stood out, the beloved food of coconut and tea, a symbol of sustenance and purity. To keep it fresh and ready for consumption, the coconut was filled with ghee. Following the traditions of the time, the food was neatly wrapped in the first half of a cloth, while the other half contained rice and other essentials. The cloth was tied securely. And here, in this moment of humble preparation, something extraordinary happened. It was Lord Ayyappa, in his human incarnation as Manikanda, who became the first to carry the sacred Irumudi. Yes, you heard that right. The first Irumudi bearer was none other than the divine child himself, carrying not just food for the body, but a powerful symbol of devotion, sacrifice, and the soul's journey towards liberation. The Irumudi, a simple yet profound bundle, would go on to be carried by millions of devotees, but it was Manikanda who first placed it upon his head, setting the divine example for generations to come. Help spread the divine holiness of Lord Ayyappa's story. If you want this sacred tale to reach more devotees like you, please give this video a like. Your support will help it reach more people through YouTube's recommendations. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel for more fascinating stories and insights. And if we hit 200 likes, we'll bring you even more interesting facts about Lord Ayyappa, Sabrimala, and much more. So, hit that like button and join us on this spiritual journey now. Manikanda ventured into the forest, where he encountered Mahishi. The fight between Manikanda and Mahishi was fierce and intense. Mahishi, a powerful demoness with the body of a buffalo and immense strength, attacked Manikanda with all her might. But he was calm and focused, relying on his divine powers. The two battled across the forest, with Mahishi charging and attempting to trample him. However, Manikanda's agility and power were unmatched. He evaded her attacks and used his divine strength to finally subdue her, striking her down with such force that she was liberated from her cursed form. According to legend, Mahishi, realizing Manikanda's divine nature, pleaded for mercy in her final moments, and he granted her peace, thus fulfilling his destiny as the slayer of Mahishi and protector of Dharma, righteousness. After this epic battle, Manikanda returned to Pandalam, riding on a tigress, a sight that astonished the people. The queen, humbled by his courage and divinity, recognized her mistake. Realizing that he was no ordinary being, the king and his people revered him as a god. Manikanda, however, chose the life of an ascetic rather than that of a ruler. He shot an arrow into the forest to select the location where his shrine would be built. The temple at Sabrimala marks that sacred place and has become one of the most famous pilgrimage sites in India, drawing millions each year. Devotees preparing for the pilgrimage to Sabrimala undertake a 41-day period of fasting, prayer, and self-discipline, emulating Ayyappa's values of purity, austerity, and devotion. Ayyappa's teachings emphasize unity, as he is worshipped by devotees from all social backgrounds, symbolizing equality. To this day, devotees refer to each other as Swami or Ayyappa, acknowledging the divinity within all. If you found this story of Lord Ayyappa and the sacred Irumudi inspiring, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to our channel, Indian Mythology and History, for more divine legends and spiritual insights. Stay with us for more captivating tales from the rich world of Hindu mythology.